Hi, I'm Terry Murphy with Women in Business, Women in Real Estate, and in the men's room with Murph on Realty Times. And our guest today is definitely a woman not only in business, who means business. I have with us Tami Bonnell. She is the CEO of Exit Realty International. You might have heard of her. She's an internationally renowned speaker and a 30-plus veteran of our real estate industry. Both in 2019 and 2020, Stefan Swanepoel, Mr. Real Estate Trends since 2005, included her in the 200 most powerful women and influential people in residential real estate, and among the top 10 business leaders. She is instrumental in building 3 major brands. Tami joined Exit Realty back in 1999, and then in 2012 became their CEO. C-suite woman. We are so proud of her. She built it with 25,000 agents, 600 offices. She's one busy person, mom, wife, and CEO, and she's here to share with us today. Welcome, Miss Tami.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited. We're really excited. So here you are. Your rise to the C-suite has been extraordinary. You are #1 in the world selling franchises into the United States of America. And obviously it's been very, very successful. And I would surmise from doing my research and study and knowing you that your leadership is legendary because you actually engage on a different leadership level. What you and I discussed in our pre-interview was your focus on helping people, quote, see their best selves. How is that really translated to help you building your team, which is really pretty much unmatched?
You know, here's the magic of this company. Every single person that's in leadership got that position because they were already doing the job before they got the job. The average tenure of someone in leadership in our organization is 16 and a half years for people in leadership. And 2/3 of us are female, which is definitely unheard of in this industry. But the entire organization was built on human potential. We said we would focus on humans first, and we would worry about the business later. And we would make sure that we would attract the people that make sense for us, right? That are on that same mission, that want to accomplish that same thing, like-minded people. And so if you bring in the right people and then you help them actively listen and help find out what's the best, typically for me, that's literally, I'm just turning them maybe 3 degrees in a different direction to just see something in themselves they didn't see before. When they feel like they're in a safe environment, they'll grow. And if they grow professionally, they'll grow personally and vice versa. And so it's been a great journey. I get the opportunity to be around amazing people. And I think everything has to do with just putting yourself in the other person's shoes.
And that's so interesting because leadership, of course, is not do what I say, but follow me because. And with that human potential in mind, it's rumored, actually been said, that you give away almost 100 books every month. And I know that the core values at Exit are based on 5 pillars, one of which is investing in your people. Is that what you had in mind when you did that? And how did that start?
I've actually been doing that for decades, long before Exit. I'm an information junkie, so I read about 300 books a year. And the records that I have broken sales-wise, I can tell you honestly, is because I did more homework on the person than on the product. So I wanted to make sure that it was a match and that I was going to add value to that person's life. And so as you get to know somebody, you've read something that you think will really resonate with them. And, people become better because they get exposed to things that they might not have been exposed to before, right? They end up with opportunities because they experience listening to someone speak, or maybe they read a book because they don't have the opportunity to be out and hear someone speak. But our experiences from when we grow up mold us into whoever we are. And there are a lot of people that haven't had the opportunity to be exposed to new ideas or an opportunity to really grow and be a lot more than what it is that they thought they could be. And a lot of times that book, especially if you've really done your homework on them, it really resonates with them and it starts to change the trajectory of who they are and how they think. And that makes them more open to take it a step further.
And how they think is the key word here. And I think it's because we can't know what we don't know. And somebody who continually provides a new perspective, a new way to see something, a contrast that you hadn't seen before, you have faith in and trust in, and then you want to follow them. And I see that, especially during a time of this pandemic, which is seriously affected the whole world, not just one industry. Um, your leadership really focused on taking care of your people. And I really wish you just embellish that just a little bit.
I'd be happy to. So we're in an era of disruptors all over the real estate industry, right? And most of those they have investors, they have a board of directors, they're publicly traded. We're actually privately held, so we can make our own decisions. And we decided from the very beginning that we were going to focus on human potential and people would be first. So even during the worst recession since the Depression, we didn't lay off one single person. We said the human beings are too valuable to our company, and we're going to make sure that they know they're valued. And so the only people that took a hit in pay were the people in leadership, and we had to outsell and outthink our way out of the recession. Because of that, we really built up some great trust with our people. So when we came to them during the pandemic and said, we're not going to lay anybody off, but we need to provide for our people. This is a shock and awe moment for everybody. We need to provide for them, help them with focusing on good health, mentally and physically. And we need to help them so that they can hit the ground running. They're trapped right now. We've got to really concentrate on where their mindset is and where their abilities are. And I can honestly tell you, Terry, that people from every person, from the person that answers this phone at corporate headquarters all the way to our international trainers, everybody just raised their hand and said, how can I help? And so in a time when people were laying off in mass, 150 people in a Zoom call that they couldn't even see the person, or in an email, we literally put together a stimulus package worth in excess of $50 million for our people so that they were getting inundated with webinars, techinars, live interactive training, phone conversations from people in leadership, Zoom calls like crazy, so that we could really help them to really embrace and get out of this quickly. We also partnered up with a lot of our tools so that we could provide tools for them that even were COVID friendly. So we have a mobile business card, so you don't have to touch any paper, right? You pull up in front of a house and you text 85377 and punch in exit, and you're going to get the listing information sent to your phone, and that would limit the amount of homes that people would have to get exposed to and people would have to get exposed to. So everything was dealt with the human being in mind. You know, technology is wonderful, but it's the human behind the device and the human behind the transaction that matters at the end of the day.
So here you are helping these people navigate this new next. I don't even call it a normal. And like I said, I called it Tami TV because you really do an extensive and very effective job of deploying messaging every day, even in small bites, especially on LinkedIn, which has been remarkably effective. I mean, people comment about it all the time.